My name is Austin Merrill. I'm a journalist based in New York. I went to South Africa with a photographer named Peter DeCampo, and we were there to look into the rhino poaching crisis. The vast majority of the rhinos in the world and in Africa live in South Africa. They are being killed at an alarming rate because there's a high demand for the horn. The poachers kill the animal, hack the horn off of its face, and then take that horn and sell it to smugglers to send to Asia, largely China and Vietnam. And in China and Vietnam, rhino horn is a part of traditional medicines, but in recent years has also become something that is seen as potentially a cure for cancer, perhaps an aphrodisiac, and in addition to that, it's become a status symbol. And all of this is contributing to the demand for rhino horn and the increase in the poaching problem. The black market street price for rhino horn can be more than $30,000 per pound, which puts it at a level that's more expensive than gold or cocaine. But there's a lot of effort now going in to try to find ways to save the rhino. In South Africa, there are people who believe that the way to solve the rhino poaching crisis is to legalize the trade in rhino horn. Rhino ranches are a somewhat recent phenomenon in South Africa. People are raising rhinos much as you might raise cattle. The largest rhino ranch in the world is run by a man named John Hume. He has more than 1,100 rhinos. He raises the animals and he also harvests the horn. A rhino horn grows back. It's made of keratin, like your fingernails. There are a lot of people who think that it's blasphemous to do this, and yet there are others who say, well, it's not killing the animal, and we're able to keep it alive by cutting the horn off. John Hume's hope is that the legalization process will be passed, and that he can then profit from selling the horn in a legal way, and that revenue will help pay for security. The main thing that's being done now to stop the rhino slaughter is beefing up security. Security can be a lot of guys with guns. There are, at times, gunfights between the security guys and the poachers. The Black Mambas are a security ranger force in eastern South Africa. What they are doing, it's a broader effort. This is a group of 20-something women who are working toward trying to protect the rhinos and other animals through anti-poaching methods. We went on a trip with some of the Black Mambas one evening, and what they do, they're driving the fence line. They have spotlights on the back of the truck. They're trying to be a very obvious presence in hopes that that will deter poaching activity. When they go out on these patrols, they're unarmed. So this is really more of a preventative method. And it's shown some success. The Bulule area has had a drop in poaching in recent years. And maybe more importantly, these women, who are not traditionally a part of the security infrastructure, have themselves become more and more interested and engaged in conservation efforts. And they go to local schools and talk to kids, and the kids are learning more and more about the importance of the animals from the Black Mambas. There's a CITES conference next year in Johannesburg, the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. And it is at that conference that they will potentially be making decisions about whether or not to legalize the trade. So environmental advocates feel like legalization is a bad idea, that this is going to inflame the problem by allowing demand to increase, and we're going to lose the rhinos even faster than we're losing them today. There's a really good argument to be made that the time it will take to implement these policies, in that amount of time, the rhinos will already be extinct. Some people put that figure in a decade, some say it's even in 6 or 7 years. I think that if rhinos went extinct, it would be another one of the great sort of tragedies of the impact of humans on the natural landscape of the planet.